And okay, so the rain has stopped for now, so hopefully it doesn't rain again, and hopefully my lens is clean on this camera. But anyway, today I'm reviewing the Magicycle Ocelot Pro electric bike. This bike does have a normal price of $2,399, but it's on sale right now at the time of this video for, I believe, $1,499. So pretty steep price drop there. But yeah, this bike comes in with a 750 watt motor that does peak out at 1500 watts. And this also comes with 180 millimeter hydraulic disc brakes. And this bike is a 52 volt bike. Typically you see 48 volts as far as like the power and performance output that you can get with this thing. But yeah, 52 volts is nice to have on this. And the battery comes in at 20 amp hours, and it has an estimated range of up to 100 miles, which is nice. And this bike does come in a few different colors. So you have gray, you have green, you have maroon, and also you have this pearl white, which I have here. And overall, the design is nice on this bike. It is a step-through design, so you can swing your legs right in the middle of the bike, so it's very easy to get on and off. And this also does have a rear rack, so you can easily store some things on the back of this bike. And it does come with these elastic bands already installed. You can take them off, but they're nice to have because you can quickly strap something down, like maybe a bag or a jacket or your rain cover for your bike or something. And then on the front, you do have a mounting bracket for a front basket. Doesn't come with it, but you can always buy that separately. And also on the front, you do have a small but mighty LED light there to be able to light up your path at night. It did a pretty decent job as far as coverage. And then on the back of this bike, you do have a brake light. But one thing that is missing on this bike is going to be some turn signals. So for the normal price, I definitely expect to have turn signals at that price point. So I wish it did have that. But what you do get is a pretty nice overall clean design. The cable management up front is nice. You do have some integrated cabling there, of course, to help protect the cables as well. And then also the display is a colorful display, definitely big enough and bright enough to be able to see in direct sunlight with no problem. And then on the bottom of the display, you will find a USB type A port, so you can plug in your phone and charge while you are riding. But when it comes to the design of the handlebars, it does make it a little bit difficult to be able to mount your phone and be able to easily see the screen because of the angle of the handlebars. I have to kind of lean over sometimes to be able to look at the display, but overall it's nice having that USB port to go ahead and keep charged while you are riding. And you also do get a physical bell. Okay, so now for my speed test. So this bike should be able to get up to 28 miles per hour, but when you do first get the bike, it can't go that speed. You do need to press on the plus and minus buttons here on the controls on the left-hand side of the handlebars to be able to go into the settings, and then you can easily adjust that speed to go up to 28 miles per hour. So I do like how easy it is to do that. So now this first test, we'll just be using the throttle only. So this bike does have a half twist throttle here on the right-hand side of the handlebars. But anyway, let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're off. A little shaky start there for my part, but anyway, we are at 10 miles per hour already. For reference, I weigh around 220 pounds right now, so a little bit of a big boy here, but we are already at 21, 22, 23 miles per hour, 24, 25, and the GPS app on my phone is about 2 miles per hour behind, 26.7 according to the bike's display, 27.3, 27.6, 27.7, can we get that 28? 27.9, 28 according to the bike's display. My GPS app is showing around 26 miles per hour. So now I'm gonna test out the hydraulic disc brakes. Very nice and quiet, and it's been raining here a little bit, so yeah, really happy with the braking power on this. So not bad performance for just using the throttle only, but now let me go ahead and do pedal assist. So 3, 2, 1, boom. And I have some trucks here I'm gonna try to race, but yeah, let me go ahead and use the 7-speed Shimano shifter here to go to 7. Alrighty, so we're already at 17, 19, 22 miles per hour, 23, we are moving, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 already. We are going, and that's according to the bike's display. GPS app is now showing 27.6, and I am really pumping my legs. So yeah, 27.6. All right, so yeah, so as far as like the pedal assist, I do have to work hard to get up to that 28 mile per hour limit there. So I wish it was just a little bit easier. I didn't have to pedal as hard, but you can do that. But the good thing is that when you are using throttle, it will take a little bit longer, but you can get up close to that 28 mile per hour. And of course, it has started to rain when the weather said the rain would be stopping for today. But anyway, the handling on this bike is really good. So I just went over a puddle there, but we do have some plastic fenders here on both the front and rear tires to be able to keep me protected from splashes. And the tires themselves come in at 20 by 4 inches. They are fat tires. They have a decent amount of treading on them to help with going over loose gravel and rough terrain like I am now. That was a nice little bump. But now I'm going a little bit off-road here on the grass here to test out how this bike does handle. So not marketed as an off-road bike, but with the tires and with the front suspension, it's not too bad. So you don't get any type of rear suspension, nothing underneath the seat, nothing in the rear, nothing like that. But the front suspension is adjustable, so you can lock it out to stiffen up the suspension to give you more opportunity to get faster speeds, or you can loosen it up or unlock it to be able to make it more cushiony as far as the ride. Now, I'm also very happy with the seat on this bike. So it is adjustable, so you can raise it up and down, but the seat itself has some good cushion and it does have a good amount of width to it. So it fits my big bottom just fine. All right, so now for my hill test, pretty long, steep hill, but I will just be using throttle only. So 3, 2, 1, boom. And here we go. And we are cruising now at around 5, 6 miles per hour. Not the speediest of starts, but we are getting up. Now we're going to hit 10 here. All right, we hit 10 miles per hour and we're getting up here. So obviously you probably want to use pedal assist for a hill like this if you're in a hurry, but yeah, cruising around 11 miles per hour, getting up that hill. Not bad. Now I am really liking the pedaling on this bike because my knees aren't coming up too high. So I'm pretty comfortable with me being 6 feet tall. And also this bike does have a cadence sensor. So it's not like the upgraded torque sensor where it's more responsive when you are pedaling, but it's not too bad either. But when I start pedaling, it takes like a second or so before the motor kicks in to be able to help me with that pedal assist. And out of the box, this bike does have 7 levels of pedal assist. So you can go between 0 when the motor is completely off and you're just using your legs, all the way up to 7 where that motor is going to be helping you a decent amount. But you can go into the settings and change it down to 0 to 3 levels, or you can go from 0 to 9 levels of pedal assist. So it's nice having those options with that. Now, the recommended rider height for this bike is going to be between 4'10" and 6'2", and this bike can support up to 450 pounds. So that's the rider weight and also what you can carry on the rear rack. Now, the battery on this bike is removable, so you can use one of the 2 keys that comes with it to go ahead and take it off the bike and then take it inside and charge it. Or you can always just leave the battery on the bike and then just plug in the charger directly into the charging port on the bike. And with the included charger, it'll take around 4 to 6 hours to get this thing fully charged up. But yeah, anyway, this battery is rated to get you up to 100 miles. So you're definitely not going to reach 100 miles with just using the throttle only. So realistically, I don't ever see myself reaching that 100-mile range, even if I'm on pedal assist level 1 and I lose some weight. But, you know, again, overall, just for taking this out for a day trip, I don't feel like I'm going to run out of battery anytime soon. And this bike does weigh 73 pounds, which is around like the average weight for a bike like this. And I like the fact that on the frame, it looks like you do have like an integrated handle here to be able to easily pick it up and move it around. And okay, so I think this is about it with this Magicycle Ocelot Pro. So overall, really good bike. The normal price, you know, I don't know if this thing has all the specs and features that I want to see for that normal price, but for the sale price right now, again, I think it's like $14.99. It's a pretty good deal when it comes to the performance that you get, the design, the build quality, and all these other things that make this bike something that's going to be very easy to recommend. But they do have the Ocelot Pro 2.0 version of this bike, so that will give you a torque sensor. And actually, I think it's a combination between torque and a cadence sensor. And also, I think it has a faster speed around like 32 miles per hour and stuff. So that is definitely going to cost you more money, but it is a better performing bike if you are looking for that better performance. But if you are trying to save some money, this bike is a pretty good deal. And I will be putting the product link for this bike down below in the description of this video. And if I do have any type of discount codes or anything like that, I'll be leaving that in the description as well. But right now, I want to know your thoughts about this bike. Drop a comment down below. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.